Azure DevOps is arguably the backbone of a lot of enterprises today. It holds our source code, our pipelines, and really the automation that keeps the business moving. But have you ever stopped to think about what would happen if it all just went away? No repos, no pipelines, and no real easy way back to normal. Hi, I'm Mike Preston. I'm a technical marketing architect at Rubrik. In this demo, I'm going to show you how Rubrik's Azure DevOps protection helps ensure your most mission-critical code is protected and available. So when the unexpected happens, and statistically, it will happen, you can recover quickly, safely, and without disrupting the teams that depend on it. Alright, so let's make this real. We're going to start right here from the very beginning with onboarding our DevOps orgs into Rubrik. So here we are on the Azure DevOps Protection dashboard inside Rubrik Security Cloud. Now right away we can see our Azure DevOps environments, repositories, projects, and organizations all surfaced up into one place with clear visibility into protected and, more importantly, what isn't protected. Now, onboarding a new organization is simple. We just provide the Azure DevOps organization URL and Entra ID domain, and then we sign into Azure to establish OAuth. Now, once authenticated, Rubrik's role-based access control, or RBAC, comes into play. RBAC lets us define exactly who can see or act on specific environments, ensuring that DevOps, security, and backup teams can all operate safely within their own boundaries. Now, RBAC is configured by creating a custom role here within RSC. We'll select Azure DevOps as our object type, and by default, this role can access all of the Azure DevOps objects, but we can easily narrow that down to a specific organization, project, or even individual repository. And this is available for both backup sources as well as our recovery targets. We can also choose to grant full permissions or get as granular as we want in terms of both backup and recovery. This keeps control tight, lets teams stay independent, and provides clear audit trails of all the actions performed within RSC. So now that we've covered off access control, let's move into data protection itself. Protecting repositories is just as straightforward. First, we'll select the repo that we want to protect and choose Manage Protection. Now here, we select the SLA that we'd like to apply to that repo. Rubrik's SLAs are declarative, meaning we define the end state. Think, I want to back up every 12 hours, maybe keep that for a day, maybe take a daily backup and we'll keep that for a month, and so on and so forth. And to apply them, we simply just select it from the list here, and that's it. Rubrik immediately begins backing up that repo according to those data protection constructs. Now, we can also assign SLAs at the project or organizational level. When we choose to apply protection on a project or an organization, all of the existing repos inside that parent automatically inherit the SLA. And any new repos that are created later on, well, they'll inherit it too. That means that no repository is left unprotected. And feel free to mix and match. Maybe you want a blanket SLA that you apply to the entire organization, ensuring that you at least have maybe a daily or a weekly backup, and then you can take a more aggressive SLA for your mission-critical repos and apply that directly to the repo. Rubrik's policy-based protection aligns to your business's data protection needs, no matter what the scenario. Let's now move on to recovery. So when it's time to recover your Azure DevOps data, our intuitive, clean, calendar-based recovery view shows you exactly when and where you have backups. We simply select a date, we'll choose a point in time, and click Recover. Now, Rubrik lets us recover to any organization or any project that's onboarded to RSC, even if these live in different Azure tenants. And recoveries themselves always go to a brand new repository. This ensures that there's no disruption to the ongoing development or merges that might be occurring on the source repo. Now, before we finalize here, we can choose whether or not we want to include or exclude pipelines within the restored data. And this really helps us prevent any accidental or destructive runs. And that's it. A few clicks and our code is back online and our teams are back in business. Rubrik makes protecting and recovering Azure DevOps effortless, keeping your code, your pipelines, and your IP safe, compliant, and always ready for when you need them most. Through our effortless onboarding, automatic discovery, granular RBAC, policy-based protection, and streamlined recovery, you can ensure that your business is truly resilient. This is enterprise-grade protection for your enterprise critical code.